Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Grandma Nana Stitches. My name is Linda, and I live in upstate New York. Today is Monday. No, sorry, it is Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, and it's about 10:15 a.m. It's kind of overcast here today. Not quite sure whether we're going to get more rain. We got a lot of needed rain yesterday. I'm really hoping that Canada also ended up getting some of that to help with the wildfires. We've had, as you can imagine, we've had a few smoky days here. You can tell by my voice that it was very irritating to my vocal cords. So, consequently, I'm probably more hoarse than usual. So, I'll do the best that I can and try not to cough too much. Um, I'm so glad that I'm back doing this. I've had a little bit of an episode trying to get my YouTubes uploaded. So hopefully today this will be of better and will be able to be uploaded to YouTube. I'll tell you that the last time I tried to record, which I believe was my fifth or sixth time, I had three mediums set up. I had my laptop, my computer, and my phone. And I figured one of them would upload, but it was so confusing to me. I didn't know where to hold the items for you to be able to see. I got really kind of disjointed in my talk because I was too busy trying to figure out where to hold things here. And yeah, so it's been a hot minute. I'm glad to be back. My goal is to try to do these every 2 weeks and from here on, and hopefully I will have content for you. I have made some new plans and some new decisions about what I'm going to do um, in my future cross stitching and crafting. So let's get started. I little bit of life. I've painted the inside of my living area. Well, I didn't do it. My grandson did for me. And I'm still trying to get it redecorated and everything put back to where it was. Um, Currently, I can usually stand about 30 minutes to 45, and then I have to sit down. So it does take me quite a while. And I try to stitch in the afternoons and the evenings. So by 2 o'clock, I'm done. My routine is that I'm done with what I have to do around the house or what I'm trying to accomplish here. And then I move on to my crafting. So right now, that's is crocheting and cross stitching. So with that, we'll move on to my whips. I've been stitching quite a bit. I've been working a lot on adjust your sails. I would say that has been my primary focus these last few weeks, just because it really does speak to me. And I love it. So right now I'm down to here. I have not done the back stitching here for the lettering. I have done the word life, and I will do sails. But I need to go back and do the back stitching there, and there. So I'll do that at a later time. But right now, like I said, I'm working across here. And I had to run some errands in Canandaigua yesterday. And part of what I have for flosses here is, I believe it's 3810 that I'm using. And I was pretty close to running out of that. So I while I was out yesterday, I ran to Joann's, and I figured, what's my luck that they'll even have that color. But I thought, I'm here, I'll run in and see. So I did that, and they did have it. So I was very pleased. It's all I purchased there was a skein of 3810, and that's what's being used down the side. So I'm working across now to the other side. And when I get over there, then I'll probably do the word sales in here, and then I will continue to move down. I don't know, probably before I use the move the Q-snap, I will do that one over our backstitch lettering here. So I'm really liking this. I should have taken it out of the Q-snap, but I will do that next time. I'm just loving this stitch. It really is calming. The fabric is easy for me to stitch on. I believe it's a 28 or a 32 count even weave that I had in my stash. So I'm liking it. So that's that one. And then what I've decided to do, and this is part of my plan, so I'll get into it a little bit here, is I wanted to stitch on something in between my major projects to try to get finishes and reduce my WIPs. I don't have that many, maybe 15 at the most. Mostly what I have is kitted up projects that are all kitted and ready for me to go. And I really have been itching to get started on some of those. But I'm holding off because I really would like to finish something. And I believe this is in a Lady Dot bag. I just love it. This was a stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop. It's called Snow Village. And of course started on the first one, which was this one. And I pulled this one out because I was so close to a finish on the first one, that I decided that I was going to finish this one up. I am not doing any of the smalls that go with it, though. So it's very close to being done. I have to put some stuff on the trees here and here. There's a couple of snowflakes. Finish the snow down here, and then there's one or two of these that have hats on them that I have to put on. So when this gets done, I don't know whether I'm going to frame it, make it a flat fold. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with it. But hopefully I can finish that this week. And then what I'm going to do is pick out another one that is close to being done and move on. And with that, see if I can designate enough time to get it done. So, and that is stitched on, I believe, a 16 count Aida from the Fat Quarter Shop. Not really, the reason I'm not moving forward is I don't like this fabric to stitch on. It's a real loose weave. It's easy for me to miss the hole by enough that I'm splitting threads, and I'm really not cool with that. So This is something that I've kept as a whip that I didn't want to show because it's for my daughter. But she's already graduated. It's been a while. And all I have left to do on this is to chart her words. This is by Bent Creek. It's called Educated. And all I need to do is to chart what it is that I want to put on the bottom of it regarding her graduation with her master's. So this is where it is. It's all done except for right in here. I had left this open because I thought I could fit her name in here with her date of graduation, but I cannot. So I'm going to put it underneath. And then I will finish this up. My goal today is to finish this and get the rest charted so tomorrow I can just whip that out. And then I can move forward into framing it. This is done on this is also an even weave, but it's a cream color. I don't know who it's by. This was part of my stash from an estate that I had purchased. So, and this is in a bag that I got from Black Cat Stitchery. It is a beautiful bag. I just love her bags. So that's the three major things I've been working on. I did find another small whip that I had started. This was a Ukrainian, when Ukraine was first invaded. I started this Biscornu. That's as far as I've gotten. And it's being done in two colors. I'll flash the pattern at you because I don't have a printout. There it is. And the colors I'm using are, I believe, are Ukrainian colors, 725 and 518. Never made a Biscornu before, but we'll see how that goes. And one other one I've been working on is oh, that's plans. This one I seem to have misplaced the picture on it. It's being worked on 16 count Ada Jack's Rum Fabrics by Stephanie. And it's called Bury Me With My Needle. Not sure who it's by. Oh, Lindy Stitches. So I've gotten quite a bit done. I worked on this at one of the retreats that I went to a couple of weeks, well, a month ago now. And I'm starting to stitch in around her body laying in here with the white, whatever the color is, I can't remember. I think it's Skinny Latte. And this is with Dinky Dyes. So I haven't worked on this much in the last probably 3 weeks. Went through a dry spell where I wasn't really stitching very much. I was more knitting and crocheting. But I'm back. I'm back. And I really do enjoy working on that. That's another fabric that's really easy, especially when my eyes are tired, to do. So that's it on my WIPs. I'll save the crocheting and the knitting till later, so that anybody that's not interested in that can move on to the next floss tuber that they want to watch. My plans have been kind of fluid lately, but I have settled on a rotation for my 3 large projects. The pandemic that I want to finish, and I'm putting this on my stand today, but I wanted to show you where I was at. This is the bottom of it. So I have a lot of stitching in through here. And then this is as far as I could get, because I don't know if you've watched me before, you know that I didn't cut my fabric correctly. So I've ended it here, and I'm going to make that the bottom border. It's lacking about 1/2 to 3/4 of a page. I fretted over it for a long time, not knowing what I was going to do, but I'm just going to finish it as much as I can and then frame it and get it up on my wall. It's been lingering long enough. So that's getting what I'm going to do with this one, my cardinals and his eye on a sparrow, is I'm going to give them 1 week. I'm going to rotate them in 1 week. So every one of these will get my morning stitch for 1 week. And I stitch usually anywhere from 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning till about 9. And then I get up and get my day started. So that'll be the first one. The second one is going to be my cardinal one. And this is where I am on that one. I don't remember what the percentages of being done this is, but it's not much. So I want to work on this, and that again will be the next week. And I'll work on it every morning. And this is done on 18 count Aida. All of these are done on 18 count Aida. And I've been gridding this myself as I go. So that's that. And then his eye on a sparrow. Is that one. A lot of stitching on that. It's a biggie. So this will get the 3rd week. And I would suspect that I'd get more done on this one and my pandemic than I will on the cardinals in a week's time. So I love all 3 of these. I have a 4th one, which is the Winter Santa by Mirabilia, that I want to get into my rotation. But so far, I have not worked that out yet. This is the cardinal one I'm doing. And I'm sorry, I don't know who designed this, but I will look it up and have it for the next time. If I knew how to edit, I'd edit it in here. But I'm not real good at that yet, so. But I love this piece. So I am way up over here. I should have started in the left-hand corner. Then I would have at least gotten down to the bird house. But I didn't. I'm just now starting to see some of this color come in. So, but it's been a very fun stitch, you know. It's very fun. So, excuse me a minute. So now I'll move on to haul. I have tons and tons of haul. Been to 2 stitch retreats, done a little bit of shopping. Purchased some bags, gifted some things. But before we move on, I want to show you this one little piece that I found. It was a freebie during the pandemic. And I'm so close to being done with this. So I just need to finish the grass down at the bottom and then put Safe Place, I think, goes across here. Finish the hour up here, O-U-R. Yeah, so I have a couple of little ones that I'm going to finish up, but I'm going to continue to go through my whips and decide, put them in a lineup, because some of them I probably won't ever stitch on again. I haven't really truly decided on which ones I really need to go through them. I have a lot of, like I said, kitted projects that I really want to get going with. So some of them are kind of important family pieces. Then there's always this Beauty and the Beast that I'm still working on how I'm going to crop it. If I'm going to crop it. But this is a big piece. This is 525 by 686. And it's stitched on 25 count fabric. And I did get gridded fabric for this. So I'd like to get this started, but I need to finish one of my big projects before I can start another big project. And what I might do is take the 3 that I'm working on now and finish one, and then divide the 1 week up between the other 2 and get them done that way, and then I'm free to start whatever I want. Except for this one. I think this one's going to take me a while. So we'll see how that all works out. You know how plans are. They're pretty fluid for me. I never know quite where I'm going to end up. Sometimes I like to stitch on the same thing for a long period of time, and other times I like to switch off. So, but because I'm doing floss tubes now, I'm trying very hard to just stitch on something a little bit every day, so I can have some content to show you other than massive haul, because I'm not going to be doing a massive haul from now for a while. I have this room that I want to revamp. Nothing major, but some things that just aren't working well for me that I want to change. And I'm still looking for my Elephants on Parade. I have not found that yet. It's very upsetting, especially since I can't find the project bag either. I have the worst feeling that I've left it somewhere. But if that's true, then I will be starting another one. So I purchased some needle minders from Creatively Crafting. It's her quarterly needle minder. And these are so cute. You don't have a choice. You just get what you get. but they're perfect. This is shh, I'm counting. And this is hello, my name is Minder Maniac. And the other one is happiness comes in little X's. So now I can't wait to use these, so I can do that. I can tell you that they have small magnets on them, but they are very powerful magnets. They are very strong. So they snap together. Okay, my next purchase, make a spot to pile. Was from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. I did find some bags. This one I like. It's kind of like a waterproof kind of fabric inside, but I figured it would be good for my floss for a project. These other ones, I'm not quite sure what I plan to use them for. I just thought they were really cute. I might use them like for gifts for somebody, or I might use them as an accessory bag for my... So it came in 3 different colors, and of course, I bought 3 different colors. And they are really cute. Then I found this frame. It comes with a little peg to make a stand back here. And I'm sure that I have something heart-shaped that I can do to fit in there. And then they had this one here. And it already has the black and white check. I can just, this peels off. And I can mount something here. And then I was at the thrift store. I did buy a couple of frames, which I don't have out here right now. But our local Goodwill has oodles and oodles of frames at a really crazy prices. So... But this I bought at the Restore store, and I figured I could put a round mount in there, and it would be very easy to hang this with all this open work here. And then this I got at the same place, or actually I got this at Goodwill. And I figured it was a good mounting or a good weighted tray to put on my, it's got non-slip things on the bottom, so I could put it on my tray. It wouldn't slide off. So I got that. Okay. I want to do some patriotic, so I purchased this. I want to kit this up. And then I also purchased the patriotic ornament book 2022. It's by Twin Peaks Primitive. They're just little, I have nothing patriotic. So I'm thinking that would be a good one. Plus I purchased these 2 These just spoke to me one day when I was looking through things. This is by Silver Creek Samplers. And it's called When Life is Done. And it's, I love you just as much today as when you died and flew away. I'll not be sad nor shed a tear. Your memories will linger near. We'll meet again when life is done and soar away beyond the sun. And it's all kitted with the floss. And I've picked out this fabric out of my stash. So I think that'll be good. And this one here, is Silver Creek Samplers. Stitching Feeds My Heart. Again, I have all the colors. I haven't picked out a fabric yet. So you see what I mean? This is only a small sampling of what I have that I want to stitch. Here's another. This is by Fra La La, Collection Fra La La. I fell in love with these last year. And I really want to get those stitched. And I think I have all of the colors in there. I just need fabric. So, you know, that's not even the bigger projects that I have going. The other thing I did is I purchased a couple of bags. This is also from Black Cat Stitchery. I believe this one will hold an 11 by 11 frame. I fell in love with this one. It's absolutely beautiful. And she sends it with some floss drops, a couple of floss drops. And this is her card if anybody's interested. If you went to StitchCon last weekend, she was there. And she sent a breakfast in Paris tea. So I'll have to try that. But I love the size of this bag. Usually I like the smaller bags, but this was her quarterly bag. It comes, this one's also patriotic. And she sent this one with peach tea. Two things of floss. $3.21 and $7.96. And a pattern. Designed by her, Tiffany Rowish. And then a little thread bed. Needle minder. So I love this one. I'm not sure what I will be putting in it, but it also came with a stitch minder. So I'm just loving treating myself. Okay, and then when I went to Stitch North, I purchased 3 bags there. You saw the one with the carrots. This is Alice in Wonderland. And this has my Bluebirds of Happiness in it, all kitted up, ready to go. And then this one is waiting for my Beauty and the Beast. It is Beauty and the Beast. And these are all from Black Cat Stitchery. So yeah, I'm just loving those bags. Also at Stitch North, I won a bag. This is also a pretty good sized one in one of their raffles. It's a Canadian bag. So I think I'm set in the bag department right now. While we were at Stitch North, in the lobby, as you entered into the stitching room where all the vendors were, and Stitch North is a great one to go to. She has like 6 vendors there both weekends, and they're fabulous. But there was on display in a little display box, and it was on a rotating stand, this ball that had been not only cross-stitched but embroidered. It was very intricate in the way it was put together, and I really fell in love with it. But they wanted almost I think it was $60 for the pattern alone. And I thought that was way too much, unless that included the kit. But I don't think so. Anyway, I decided that as much as I love that one, I could not, in my mind, and I also wondered if I would really ever get it done. That's always an issue when something grabs your eye and you love it at the moment, but will you love it when it gets difficult to do? So that being said, since I love the design, I found this pattern much simpler, and it's charted in DMC, and I purchased that. And this is it's called Quaker Spring Ball by Ori TM. So yeah, great design, love it. I also, these are my market, obviously it's been a long time because these are my market picks. I love this one. It's so colorful, it's my colors. It's by Shannon Christine Designs, which I really didn't know about her. It's 78 by 100. And I just love it. It's charted in DMC, as it looks like. DMC. Yep, DMC. And it's stitched on 14 count, which I probably won't do 14 count. I probably will do 18 or 20, so it'll be smaller. Unless I do it on a linen, 32 count linen. So, but I really like that. Love the colors. And this just caught my eye. I thought it was a different. I love it. It's 49 by 74. It's stitched on 14 count. Actually, the model is stitched on 20 count natural brown linen from Witchell, using 2 strands for stitches and outlining eyes. So, and it's charted in DMC. And then I love Morning Glories. I just think that it's so neat the way they open in the morning and close at night. So this sampler caught my eye. Yeah. So we'll see. It's also charted in DMC, and it's by Shannon Christine. This one here, I didn't neglected to tell you who this was by. It's called Franny Ritter Designs, and it's Sea Lovers Santa. So at the Stitch North retreat, we got a swag bag. I don't know if I have everything that was in the swag bag, but I will show you what I have here. This was a pattern booklet that's in there. It's that design, which I love this design. And then this design. This one didn't catch my eye as much as this one did, but I'm sure I'll be doing that. This was kind of a little chart that was put in this. This is called Celtic Flamingo. Another Textured Treasures design. And then this one was also in there, and I've seen this stitched up. Very pretty. Kind of just a little pillow. Or a pincushion. This was another design that was in there. And I love this one too. So I have plans. Then I have plans. Then I have wishes. This was the freebie that was in there, and we did get the floss to stitch this. Carolyn at Off the Grid Needle Arts puts on a great retreat. She does everything top of the line. She picks out a bunch of great vendors to have there, and I just absolutely love going to her retreats. So we got this. It was in the grab bag. There's a little zipper pull. Got needle minders. That was from one of the table mates. This was from Black Cat Stitchery. Needle minder and a conditioner. This was from Caroline. This was in the grab bag. And we got a soak. I believe it's to wash your fabric. And then I purchased this from one of the vendors. They're postage stamps, needle minders. And they are very, very nicely done. And then this pin we got also from, it was in our swag bag. And then we got some gifts from different people. This was from Sheba Designs. There's a bunch of little buttons in there, a bird. Very cute. Nicely done. And then this was, they were passing these out. I guess a pickle and a pierogi means something to people. This was from Steel City Stitchers retreat that I went to. Another needle minder. Some more floss drops. And I bought another pattern from Lindy Stitches that I'd forgotten about. I bought this because I'm going to be stitching another Elephants on Parade, but I'm going to do it with bunnies. So I purchased this so I had different bunnies, plus I really like them. So that, and this is the gridded fabric that I purchased to do my Beauty and the Beast. This is 28 count Lugana. We got a little Ork container from one of the vendors at Stitch North. And it just sets really nice on your table. And then we got this frog to ward off the frogging. Didn't work for me, but it's a cutie. Okay, that's all of my haul that's stitching related. I did receive a gift from a friend of mine, Trina, who lives in Canada, and she had told me way back at Steel City Stitchers retreat a year ago that she had received a package that she thought was stitching related, only it turned out that it was quilting related. So she wondered if I wanted it. So I said, sure. So she brought it with her this year. And this is the pattern. This is the fabric. I also love to quilt. So these are just beautiful. I'm going to use these and use that pattern. It also came with a pair of scissors and these markers that you use when you cut your squares. So that is going to be a quilting project. Now, just one last thing that I wanted to talk about is my church has started up a prayer shawl ministry, and we're making prayer shawls for people who are in need. And I've been working on one. It's not been as fast as I would like it to, only because some days I really feel like stitching on it or crocheting, and other days I don't. I think the next one will be knitting, so that I can, my knitting is my go-to. So this is the shawl that I'm making. It's a very simple double crocheted granny square kind of shawl. And it's made with yarn that I purchased at Michael's. It's called Chalk. The colorway is Chalk/Gray. And that's the name of it. It's, I don't think I would ever buy this again. I mean, it's not that hard to work with, but it is very soft. So it kind of slips through. It does not split, however, like some yarns do. And it comes in this beautiful variegated. I got 2 balls of it just because I wasn't sure, and it looks like I'm going to use both of them. But here's my progress. I hope to get this finished by next Monday when we go back. So I'll probably be working on it more. So I like the way it's working up. It's very, very lightweight. Looks even better when you look at it from a distance. So I work on that. Plus they do blankets. And I found this one in my stash. This was one that I got really bored with, or not bored with. I was really bored one time and I went to my scraps, and I picked these colors out. But I have to weave in all these ends. I should have done it as I was stitching it. And then I want to put a border around it. So I'm hoping to have this one done also by next Monday, so I can deliver that one. This is also a very soft yarn. It's made with, what's the name of it? It's a Caron yarn. Simply Soft, I think it's called. And it is really soft. So I hope to get that done. And I'm no further along on my socks than I was. So I think that's it for today. There is a thought I would like to leave you with today, and that is to enjoy. Enjoy life. Do not put off to later what you think you'll have time to do, because that doesn't always work out for you, either because of health issues or because of circumstance. And I want to give you an example of that. Probably 7 years ago, before my husband really got sick, I went out to visit my daughter in Tacoma, Washington. And she has 2 children, a girl, Katie, and a boy, Nick. And I said to her before I left, I want to go ziplining. It was on my to-do list, and I said I want to do it. And so she made the arrangements for us to go, and my granddaughter went with us. So there was actually 3 generations on the zip line that day. It was something that scared the bejeebies out of me, but for some reason I just thought this would be absolutely fabulous. So we got up there, we got up the top of the tower, and Jackie went, who's my daughter. Katie went, and then it was my turn. And I couldn't make the step off the tower. There was no way I was going to step out into air, to be honest. So I thought, shit, I got to go. I really have to do this because I said I was going to, and they've already gone. They're not going to be happy if I'm not at the other end. So the guide that was there she said to me, just sit in your harness for a little bit and relax. Take a couple of deep breaths, and then you should be able to do it. So I said, okay. So I relaxed in my harness. Well, when you do that, your feet come up. And when your feet come up, you take off. And I probably screamed like a baby all the way. But it was one of the most exhilarating things that I've ever done. And to have my daughter and granddaughter with me that day was absolutely fabulous. The memories of that day, the pictures that I took, I kept a little camera in my bra, and I took pictures of them coming across. They took pictures of me going across. And then that following Christmas, my daughter surprised me with a couple of mugs. And I could only find one of them. So this is of my granddaughter. That's me. And then Katie. This is a day that I won't ever forget. Would I do it again? In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. It was a lot of fun. I mean, you see the smile on Katie's face. I don't think I was smiling at that point, but I was exhausted at the end. So, yeah. So in my I don't want to say struggles, but in my changing lifestyle that I'm constantly having to ebb and flow with at this point, I keep that in mind. Whatever I can do, I do. My husband and I used to go out to a place at Sodas Point on Lake Ontario just to sit and watch while he fished, and I fished sometimes, but just to sit out there. So I convinced my niece a couple of weeks ago when weather was really warm. I said, what day do you have free next week? So we had a day, we got together and we went out to Sodas Point, we took our lunch with us and sat out there and watched people fishing, people walking, boats going through. And we just had a wonderful day talking. She lost her husband a little over, several months ago. And it is phenomenal that we're in the same predicament. I lost mine six years ago. But still, there are times that things just come to light and make you sad. And it's all right. It's all right to be sad. It's all right to wonder what things would be like. It's not okay to dwell on it. And so you need to push forward. And that's something that has taken me a while to really learn. And I just can't say enough. Enjoy life. Enjoy stitching. Think of others often. Do what you can to help. And be happy in yourself. Thank you very much for watching today and hanging with me. I know this has been kind of a long one, but I had a lot of things to go. So have a great day. Have a great 2 weeks, and I hope you get lots of stitching in. Bye-bye.